Our presenters were very fortunate to have an evening where they got to go and work with the Toastmasters and help them prepare themselves for tonight. We see that some of you guys are in the crowd tonight, so we'd love to give a special thank you to Benequay and all the other Toastmasters who helped get them to the point where they can be up here today sharing with you.
In her free time, you might see our next presenter who loves crocheting anything from blankets to Pokemon cards.
Tonight, though, she's here and she is excited to share with us her speech, "The Past Doesn't Define You."
Let's welcome Elizabeth Thrody to the stage.
She wants to be a doctor. She can't because she grew up in a protected environment. She doesn't know how to do anything for herself. Okay, well, he wants to be a social worker. Oh no, he can't because he didn't grow up in a loving home. Are you sure about that? So you're telling me that they can't become what they want to be because of their pasts? Doesn't make much sense now, does it? What about their special traits? She can handle blood. She wants to save lives, and she's extremely smart. He is loving and caring and wants to protect others in similar situations. They can't because their pasts? Baloney. The past doesn't define you. Just remember that. Whoever said that everything in your life happens for a reason, because they're right. Everything in your life does happen for a reason, but not for the reason you think. I grew up in a middle-class family, had a good life, no problems whatsoever. So how come people expect me not to be empathetic to others around me? Just because I grew up having a hard life, I can't understand what my friends have been through? Yeah, right. I'm the main support for my friends. I'm the one that everyone goes to when they need to talk, not because of my past, but because of who I am. I'm the type of person that once you enter my life, I will mother hen you until you leave it. This is true. But you know what? I did have my fair share of problems. I've dealt with fake friends and moving and fitting in. I've moved twice and had to restart my whole life twice. Everyone here has dealt with something bad that happened in their past. It may be big or small. It does not matter. What does matter is how you take what happened to use it as fuel to better yourself. And what is better is when you have someone to help you achieve that. I thank God every day that I was born to my dad. My dad is amazing. He has helped me through every little thing and made sure I wasn't being stuck up. He has taught me so much and continues to teach me to this day. I'm proud to be his daughter. We frequently talk about life by the fire. It's apparently our father-daughter bonding time. And he's actually the reason why I'm here. All my life, all I've ever wanted was to make him proud. And after some soul searching, I've realized something. While my grades do ultimately make him proud, it's my personality he's the most proudest of. I came up to him one day saying that I got 65% in a math test. I was honestly expecting him to yell at me to do better, that I had let him down. But the opposite happened. He told me that it was okay, that things like that will happen, and just try again next time. And I did. Next test, I got an 89% on it. He's not just proud of me for my grades, but also from learning my past mistakes. He's actually the one who taught me that the past doesn't define you, but what you make of yourself through your past does. Remember the saying, if at first you don't succeed, try again? Yeah, bet you heard that one over and over again. But it's the most relatable saying ever, because if at first you do fail, do try again, but change what you did last time to get a different result. But taking mistakes done in the past and changing it to hopefully get a better result, that's amazing. But if you just give up after the first try, that's when you start letting your past define you, because then you not take the initiative to better yourself. I actually had a hard time moving on from my past. All throughout middle school, I struggled trying to find my identity. I know it's funny. Oh no, fat white girl had a poor middle school experience. I say it like that because that was how I viewed myself back then, at least in grade 7. I didn't like myself very much back then. It got to the point where I was constantly in my head, constantly imagining a point where I was perfect and free. It honestly got so bad that my dad had told me to smarten up. At that point, I was always in my room on my tablet. In summer of 2020, I was back at square one with my emotions. I was bottling up my feelings so badly that when I started crying, I just couldn't stop. It got to the point where I was talking to my dad by the fire like usual when we started talking about my emotions, and I just burst out crying. He then asked me if I wanted to see a counselor. I agreed, and the next morning he booked me my first appointment. And after talking to her for a few months, I honestly felt a lot better. I told her things that I felt like I just couldn't tell my friends, or things I just needed more insight on. It was almost refreshing in a way. Almost. Jalel Fernandez had once said, "The loneliest people are the kindest. The saddest people smile the brightest. And the most damaged people are the wisest." All because they don't want to see anyone else suffer the way they did. And as I go through life, this quote has stood out to me the most. As I go through life, I see this quote play out every day because I see it in my friends and family. My dad has always been there for me because he never wanted me to grow up through the same things that he did. But unfortunately, there will be some things that you will experience just like your parents have. Everyone here will go through at least one common thing in life. And that, unfortunately, is death. I know it's a forbidden topic among some people, but why is it so forbidden? Shouldn't it at least be a common topic so people know what to do when a loved one passes away? I know it's not really something that people want to talk about until they're much older and more mature, until it happens. I was 14 when I went to my first funeral, and I didn't know my great-grandpa very well, but my mom did. And so most of the time that I was there, I was trying to help her cope with her loss. But after that day, death was a common topic in my house, mostly because my brother didn't know the topic of death, and so my dad was trying his best to explain it to a 5-year-old, but we all know how 5-year-olds can be, right? But then I realized something. Death is inevitable, and so the only thing that we can do to prepare for it is to accept it so it won't be a surprise when it happens. But let me leave you off with this. Live your life to the fullest. Make mistakes and learn from them, because only then do you truly understand power. My past made me stronger, and yours does too.